The FDA issuing a ban on some flavored vaping products. Meg Tirrell has that story for us. Meg.
Hey, well, the ban is on fruity and mint flavors of cartridge-based e-cigarettes like Juul, Enjoy, and Vuse. But it's a steeply compromised version of a blanket ban initially proposed by Health Secretary Alex Azar back in September. It allows menthol flavor to stay on the market and exempts open-tank systems like those sold in vape shops. Now, the move comes as the administration tries to get a handle on two vaping crises unfolding simultaneously: an epidemic of youth use of e-cigarettes and a spate of more than 50 deaths now thought to be tied to vaping of illicit THC products. Now, the administration dialed the ban back under pressure from pro-vaping groups that warned it would cost both jobs and votes for Trump in an election year. Anti-tobacco groups, though, argue that leaving any flavors on the market will still encourage underage use more than tobacco flavor alone. Guys?
Meg, I know this is a complicated issue, and there have been a lot of changes and ebbs and flows as we've gone along, but I thought that Juul already pulled these minty and fruit flavors from the market. So what changes does this really have? Just that it hits the other companies as well?
Exactly, Court. So Scott Gottlieb, the former FDA commissioner, was on Squawk Box this morning, and he made exactly that point, that Juul has already pulled fruity and mint flavors from the market. And mint flavors, they say at the time, 70% of their sales. So that was a pretty big move for them. But the other companies still had flavors on the market. So Gottlieb argues that this actually could be good for Juul, in that it essentially is the same for Juul, but worse for its competitors. So Juul could actually pick up share on this.
Meg, another point that we've heard from Scott Gottlieb a number of times, including this morning on Squawk Box, was that the FDA didn't act sooner because they'd hoped the states would act to regulate where necessary. Does the fact that the FDA has now moved and banned these types of flavors suggest that there is some error on the FDA's part under Gottlieb for not having acted sooner?
Yes, and I think Gottlieb actually would take that error on himself. He'd admit that they acted too slowly and that they didn't see the epidemic coming. And perhaps he says he was working from the numbers that he had. So he's not saying that they saw the numbers and they just didn't act. It's that they didn't know how quickly this was moving. And they wanted to leave e-cigarettes on the market in order to be a tool for adults to quit smoking. But it came at the expense of millions of kids starting to use these products.
There still seems to be so much we still don't know. Meg, thank you for following it for us.